Here's a warm-up you can use before any run. So we start off with some bodyweight squats. Try and squat down to knee height, parallel squats, nice and deep, lower slow, get that full depth. You're just going to stretch out the quads, the glutes, adductors. This one's just a good overall leg movement to get the blood flowing. Next, we're going to go into a lunge with a stretch. So this is like a dynamic stretch, really. So we're getting that hip flexor as you reach over. So step out, slowly get your balance, and then reach over the knee that's outstretched in front. So you're really going to feel that hip flexor on the knee that's down. We do both sides. Make sure to keep your abs engaged, glutes engaged, and just start to focus on the legs, the glutes, the quads. Start to lock in as you're getting ready for your run. Next then, just a really good functional dynamic stretch here is going to be for the adductors. So a lot of us, we spend a lot of time sitting down. So going from sitting to a run, this is a nice one that I always like to do to just open up the hips, stretch out the hip flexors. If you can't reach the floor, don't worry. Just reach for the calf. Just hold for a 1 to 2 count and let gravity do the work. Next, we have high kicks. So this is just going to target the hamstring specifically. This is critical if you're doing any sort of sprinting work. So for about 80% of your runs, this one is optional. If you have tight hamstrings, add it in. But if you're doing sprinting, it's critical. And just one key point on this one, do not kick as high as you can to begin. Gradually build the height. Next one, this is essential for every run, is forward and backward hops. And just watch the arm swing, just mimicking a run. This is really going to prevent a lot of injuries. And it's especially important that you keep the abs and glutes engaged for stability. You land on the front half of your foot and you just stick the landing. This one is really going to build up that ankle and knee strength. And the lateral one here, it's especially tricky to balance, but especially effective for coordination, balance, and strength of the ankle and the knees. If I could recommend any movement to do if you're short on time, is the forward and back hops and the lateral hops. You'll see I learn a lot here. I noticed that my right leg is a lot weaker. Watch as my form breaks down. So in the warm-up, I do a couple of extra reps here just to build up on the right side. So you can even learn a little bit about your own body mechanics in the warm-up in terms of what you have to work on ahead of time, what to focus on. Next, then, we go into some heel flicks. So I start off slow. You're just stretching out the quads, increasing the blood flow to the legs. And this is just a much more controlled form of running. This is still running, but it's just much more controlled and light and less continuous, less stressful, easing into it. And then the high knees as well. Again, mimicking the run before going into a more intense, continuous run. That's all. Enjoy.